In this lesson, I will give you a better look into the File tab, which is located here at the top left corner. The File tab gives you access to various features. I will not cover all the features in this lesson, but I will show you a lot of them in the lessons to come. What I want in this lesson is to give you a more detailed picture of what is available in the File tab so that you know what you can find in there. I will click on the File tab and select the Open button. The recent option is active, and on the right I can see the workbooks I opened recently. As you can see, it also displays the dates when I last opened them. So to reopen the cities.xlsx file, for example, that I opened earlier today, I don't need to search for it, but I can easily click on the file on this list of recent files. The Open button also has other features that allow me to open any Excel file, not just those that I have used recently. I will show you all these features in detail in future lessons. Let me focus now on the recent list. How does this list of recent work? Each time I open a new file, it is added to the top of the list while older files move down. This means that if I don't open a file for a while, the file does not appear here anymore. This ensures that I always see the most recently opened files at the top. However, there might be files that are important to me and I don't want them to disappear from the list no matter how long it was since I opened them. This is the job of the pinned files list. I can pin a workbook so that it always appears at the top of the recent list. For example, if the building management.xlsx workbook is very important and I don't want to search for it, I will move the mouse over the file name and I will click the pin that appeared. So now it's pinned and appears in a separate list called pinned, which is always above the recent workbooks. The workbook will remain at the top of the list no matter how many other workbooks I open. If I no longer need the workbook to be pinned, I can unpin it. I will move the mouse over the previously pinned building management file and I will click the pin again. Of course, I should use the pinning feature wisely. I have a fixed number of files that can appear on the pinned area, and this number depends on how many can fit on the visible area in my screen. If I pin too many files, then I will have to scroll down to see the recent files, and that's not so convenient. So pin only the files that are really important to you. The File tab includes other features besides Open. There is the New option, which I can use to create a new workbook based on a template. There are also the Save and the Save As features, whose differences you will learn in a future lesson. And I can also start the print process, among other things. I will explain all this in future lessons. For now, I will click on the Save As feature and notice that there are options on the right related to this feature. I will now click on Export, for example, and the options on the right change. In general, depending on the feature I choose, more options appear that are specific to this selected feature. If I want to leave the File tab, I will use the arrow here at the top left corner. I will click it and it brings me back to my worksheet. I will click on the File tab again to show you that I can also leave by pressing the Escape key on my keyboard. To summarize, what you need to remember from this lesson is that in the File tab, you have all the tools that can help you manage your workbook. Through that, you can open, close, create a new workbook, save it, print it, and much more. From the Open feature, remember that there is the recent files list from which you can easily open workbooks you have worked with recently, and there is also the pinned list where you can pin the workbooks that are important to you and you want easy access to. Let me say again that I will dive into all this in the future lessons. For now, that's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.